I keep bringing up Dexter, but you know Dexter's dad?
Yeah. He's like a code guy.
Yeah. Like not that. He knows, like, he's very involved in the bad guys who slip through the cracks.
Okay.
You know, like, basically the person you would really want to talk to.
Yeah, I really look up to him as well.
Yeah, and you know that he just sailed in.
Okay.
And is in the area. You don't know why, but...
I would love it. Yeah, that's great. This is good. This is really good. Okay. Yeah, I go to the docks.
So you go down to the docks, and you see this guy. He is a very I would say regal looking person. He has this uniform on with kind of these, you know, medals and things like that. His big pauldrons. He has this long gold cape, and then this very long sword on his side, but it's like thick. It's probably like that thick, and it's kind of hanging down his side, and it's long. It's almost like a two-handed sword, but he keeps it on his side rather than his back.
He's a strong dude.
And he's walking along the docks, talking to one of his officers, and then he stops, and you see him just kind of like look around, and he walks over to this this crate that's on the docks, and he kind of just like he sets his elbow on it, and then he kind of knocks for a bit, and you see him like wait like a couple seconds, and then he takes his sword out of his sheath and like swings really hard and cuts the corner off of this thing, like if this is
kind of like a big bag, kind of like a bag of chips.
Kind of like that, but he cuts straight down like this corner,
the whole
like
thing,
the whole crate, and and you see splinters come out, and he reaches his hand in there, and you see him grab the throat of this little blue goblin, and he like holds him up in the air, and you see him like yelling at him and talking to him and stuff like that, and then he hands him over to his guards and keeps walking.
Nice.
And so like just like assessing the situation, you know this dude like knows everything about the bad people.
Yeah, that's BA. I love it. That's so good. So do I know him?
You've never seen him or met him, but you've heard about him.
Okay. I approach him.
Okay.
Yeah, and I say, hello there. My name is Hollis Brown. I live on the outside of town, and I couldn't help but notice your uniform. I was a former inspector for the Royal... What's it called again?
Yeah, I just call it the Empire.
The Empire.
Imperial Force or whatever.
Yeah. I was a former inspector or investigator, depending on the region. You know how it is. For the Imperial Force. I must ask you your name. What is your name?
My name is Charles Kozacs.
Charles. It's great to meet you. Let's go out for lunch. It's on me. I'd love to meet you and know what you're all about.
He kind of looks around, and he says, I'm a bit busy, but I just got here, so why not?
Totally.
He's like, lead the way.
Yeah, and I take him to a nice cheeseburger stand.
Okay, yeah. Go get your cheeseburgers there.
Some cheeseburgers.
He sits down after ordering his food, and you do too, and he sits down and he says, I haven't had a cheeseburger in quite some time.
I just love it. So what part of the land are you from?
I'm from Hudford. Born and raised, grew up in the system, learning about not the adoption system, the imperial system. My dad, a guard, and my dad and his dad before him.
About how old is he?
He's about 35, I'd
Okay.
say. He, oh man, who do you think plays this guy?
Harrison Ford.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lose the deep a little bit. I don't know how Harrison Ford talks.
He just talks.
He just talks,
Yeah.
yeah.
Regular voice.
I'll probably do better doing a regular voice, getting his information out. So
Okay.
he looks like Harrison Ford. He's probably Harrison Ford during Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So like 40.
Yeah.
I would say he's probably around 40 around
Okay, so we're about the same age.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he says, I'm from Hudford, and
What part of the what part is
Hudford's the
that?
capital of Walloon.
Okay.
And he says, I've come to Broughton, investigating. We've heard word that people over here aren't holding up the imperial name. I've heard that our officials are letting things get by, and it's not good. And so I've been sent here from the capital to figure out what's going on. Mostly looking at one of the dock guards here, and the reason I tell you this information because it's pretty classified. But
I'm not sure if you've ever heard my name before, but I was a quite renowned inspector in my region.
he says, yeah.
But just know that you can trust me. I just want to lay that out there for you.
Yeah. He says, we're looking into Jack Cooper.
Jack Cooper.
And it's not that sensitive now because we're probably going to be apprehending him today. Something about he's been involved with the organized bandits in the area. And from what I hear, his supervisor, who the man he's been working with, has been killed. And so Jack didn't show up to work the last couple of days. He sounds like he's fled. Maybe to find some new work or a new hire. Who knows? But he has too much information about the capital to get away.
You'd say he puts the capital at risk.
He does. He puts the capital at risk. He gives away some information to another organized crime lord, and we could take a heavy hit down at the capital. We fight organized crime down there every day. There's it never stops. And they get word of how we run our operation, the things we know, the things Jack knows, and we could be in some serious trouble.
That intrigues me. By the way, what was that with that goblin figure?
Goblins are known to pickpocket around here.
Oh, yeah.
And
You know he's a wanted man.
no,
That goblin you picked out. He's got a bounty on him.
Oh, good. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully we can get his stuff back. Well, the guards here, they'll interrogate him, and goblins just want to get out alive. You know, they'll tell us anything.
Oh,
so,
rat.
you know, whoever has the bounty on him, they'll get their stuff back.
Yeah.
He says now on the Jack Cooper case here. From what I've heard, his group, they're not only do they fear us, but they have a powerful enemy down at the Capitol, another organized crime lord. And I don't know who's running the two operations, but they seem to be at war with each other. The one that Jack was working for, called themselves the Infernal Order, and I assume that has to do with their leader Ignis, the fire genocide who was killed recently. And now that they're kind of deceased, I'm thinking that Jack might have fled to pick up that order, the Infernal Order, and take charge. And that's what I'm concerned about. Jack goes down there with all the secrets he knows about the Capitol. He'll know how to influence guards. He'll know how how to sway towns against against the
propaganda.
Order. Yeah, and if he gets out and starts doing that stuff, it'll get out of control. Especially if he gets some powerful allies. So that's what they brought me here to find him.
That's intriguing. So do you know anything about the assassination of this previous figure?
No, I heard I got a message on the ship over about it.
Any details? Because I mean, it sounds like it might have something to do with this competing illegal organization.
Yeah, if they put a hit on their order, that makes me more concerned about the other organization. Their kind of power in the area, because they're so far away. At least the henchmen I've ran across, we've gotten some information about their crime and their leadership. We don't know much about Ignis's organization being from over here, but we do know that they pose a threat to the capital organization.
Absolutely.
Being as they're so diverse and spread out. This organization, Ignis, he was in charge of anything from a group of bandits to goblins to even some ogres and thieving elves in the woods. They were so diverse. They just had like some sort of common interest. I don't know what it is, but they would group up and work together. It was very odd.
Hopefully it has nothing to do with those dastardly undead and their slippery ways.
Yeah, it could have. It could have had something to do with that. Maybe this order promised to bring people back, or maybe a goblin tribe lost their leader, and Ignis and his team promised to revive him or something like that.
By the way, it's been a while since I've well informed myself. Has there been any advancement in the means of catching these undead folks, or do they just keep slipping through the cracks?
Our goddess Dara has provided me, being a paladin of her, and some other clerics and paladins, with the ability to find the undead. We have an innate sense of where they're at when we're near them, and that's how we've been hunting them down. Our goddess has given us the power to search them out.
That's very interesting. But I'm still meaning this in the ways of the system. Are they still slipping through the cracks?
Quite a bit, because when you kill them, they come back.
Yeah, and it's hard to pin evidence on them as well.
And so we're trying to issue the decree to cremate the bodies of the ones we execute. Right now there's a tradition where the families and the friends are allowed to take the deceased's bodies. There's nothing we can do about it. It's part of the rules and what we go by. And what's happening is the crime lords will pay the families to take the body, and then they'll take it and revive it, and sure enough, they're back in the system. That's happening quite a bit. From what I hear locally in town, there's a couple that happened to. One down by Hammervale, Verlac. That's what happened to him. He was executed, and sure enough, they brought him back. And then recently, there was a organized elf crime lord who organized a group of bandit elves who would take over caravans and carts and horses through the trade route in the trees. Milas, the Wicked, was a warlock for them. And he was executed here in Broughton.
He was executed.
But
there's still a bounty on him. Oh, I see.
He was brought back. Yeah.
That's a hefty bounty that they've got there. Do you know anything about that?
From what I hear, you can only bring back someone once. The deal they make with their gods, they only give one resurrection, and so if we were to catch Milas a second time, I don't think there's any turning him back. So that's why the bounty's so high.
That's good. That's really good. That's cool you've got information on that.